What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to Mystic Perp Sports today. We are going to do a 12-team PPR mock draft from the second spot today using the FantasyPros live mock draft feature. So let's get right into it and see what we can get done. All right, draft is just started. So as assumed, Justin Jefferson went with our first pick. Not our first pick, but the first pick. Up next, we have pretty much the pick of the litter. I'd be okay with McCaffrey here. I'd be okay with Jamarr Chase here. But I've always wanted to have Jamarr Chase on my team. Never had a chance to draft him. I'm in a spot to do it now. I'm going to do it. He can have a huge year if he stays healthy, if Burrow stays healthy. That connection is crazy. So after we took Jamarr, we see McCaffrey go. We see Kupp go. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tyreek Hill go right here, or Bijan as they do it. There's pretty much a consensus top 8, 9, 10 that include JJ, Jamarr, Christian McCaffrey, Kupp, Bijan, Eckler, Travis Kelce. I've seen a lot of people draft the same players in these same 7, 8, 9 first spots. Tyreek Hill hasn't been picked yet. I assumed he might be picked right now. Stephon Diggs is still going in these top 10s that I see. So there's Tyreek Hill, as we all assumed and as we all thought. So up next after Tyreek, then goes Kelce. So it's everything that we've expected so far. I am surprised that Bijan did go before Eckler, though. That's not to say he can't finish better than Eckler, but he is a rookie. You just never know. At least, Eckler is a proven product, but Bijan has all the upside in the world. So that's not a bad pick. I don't know if I could take him over Eckler, though, personally. Okay, so after Kelce went, then Stephon Diggs went. So for my next pick, depending on who is available, obviously, I would like to take a running back, but I don't think a good enough running back is going to be there where we need to pick when it becomes our turn. We might just be better off taking the wide receiver value at that point and then maybe swinging through here and taking our running back, but we'll see what we get when it gets to our turn. So it looks like Saquon Barkley just got picked. I would love to have a Barkley on my team this year too. I think he has some decent incentives to go crazy this year in his contract. CeeDee Lamb went right after. Okay. So is this guy going to go double receiver, or is he going to go with the next best available running back, who that might be? All right, so they go with Amon-Ra right after they take CD. That's a great pick. That is a great pick. I really like the idea of picking from the back 2 spots this year, 11th or 12th in a 12 team. I'm okay with that. If I'm not going to draft first or second, I kind of would rather be drafting 11th or 12th. I feel like that turn you can really get some good value. But you also might get put in a tough position to feel like you might have to reach for someone because they might not make it back to you because of how long you have to wait from those positions. So after Pollard got taken after Brown, then goes Devontae. I like Devontae this year. Not as much as I always have, of course. But I like him this year still, especially in a second round value. I'll take Devontae Adams if he's available to me, if it's worth it. I like that 1-2 that Zorro has up there with Diggs and Adams. Should be a decent. That should be a really good 1-2. Probably going to get a good running back too in the next round, so Zorro is looking pretty nice right now. But you know what? We're gonna be looking pretty nice too. We're gonna looking pretty goddamn nice up in there, y'all. We gonna be looking nice up in this, y'all. Jamarr Chase and another stud receiver possibly. Yes, please. All right. So after Kelsey, they took Garrett Wilson. I forgot if I said that. I don't think that I did. Like that start. Not my favorite start, but you know it's pretty good. However, Dad over here taking Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. That's a bold move, Cotton. That's a bold move. Let's see what this boy can do with that. I wish him luck. Obviously, it's a mock draft. It doesn't count, but I don't know if I would do that. Actually, I know I wouldn't. I would not do that. So after they took Waddle, Derrick Henry was taken to pair with Eckler. Then Jonathan Taylor to pair with Bijan Robinson. I like it if everything goes as it should be going with those two. More importantly, I'm referring to Jonathan Taylor with the contract situation, the training camp situation, all of that. That's just something that we have to keep an eye on, of course. Najee Harris. That's a bad pick. That's a bad pick. See, when people make that bad of a pick that early, at least in my opinion, that's a bad pick. I'm not touching it. When people make that bad of a pick that early, I don't know if they're messing with everybody in this draft. So we are up. Let's make our selection. Jamar Chase is who we have. Devontae Smith just got taken in front of us. Honestly, we can really secure a really good tight end right here. Or we can go with one of these receivers. I don't really want one of those receivers. I think I'll go with Mark Andrews right now. I'll take that. Okay, so they're thinking Mark Andrews would have been available at my next pick, which is very possible. Probably should have just waited in all actuality, but it's okay because the person that I was contemplating taking, I believe, is still here. Yeah, and that would have been one of these two quarterbacks. Do we do it? Do we do it? Are we running out of time? Are we going crazy? We'll wait on Burrow and maybe stack him. So I'm taking T. Higgins. No, I'm not taking T. Higgins. Fuck. See, I messed up. It's okay. It's okay. This is all practice. And real drafts usually aren't going to have a 30-second time limit. And you know what? It happens. Chris Olave is not a bad pick to get, though. We have a really good start, though, in my opinion, still. On the back end, maybe we can get Burrow and make that stack work. But we'll see. So after I took Andrews, just to catch everybody up, Josh Jacobs then went early, kind of, but not early, kind of. It's just hard with these contract situations and these training camp situations. But then Josh Allen goes. Then I picked Olave. And then Mahomes goes. T. Myers, you might be building something pretty nice there, buddy. Blue Thunder. So after they took Kupp and Harris, then they take Keenan Allen. Okay, it's all right. Decent little squad. After Allen, then goes Metcalf. Damn. Okay, then goes Hurts. That's a strong team for Bowery boys. Then goes Hurts. Then goes Ramondre to the double Miami Dolphin team. Travis Kelce with Garrett Wilson, then Calvin Ridley. Their team's starting out pretty nice. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the running back because I have to still address that too at a certain point. Unless I want to go zero RB, which I could. But we'll see. I don't want to lock myself into a strategy. I always want to see who's available and just take the best value that we can get. Which I may not have done this this round so far, this mock draft so far. It's all about practice, though. It's all about perfecting the craft before you get to it as much as you can. But back to the draft. After Ridley was taken, Joe Mixon got taken, then T. Higgins. So back-to-back Bengals. But at the end of the day, I got the best Bengal on my team. I'll take that. Okay, those picks went quick. We might be on auto draft versus some other people. But after Higgins, ETN went, Aaron Jones went, Jahmyr Gibbs went. That's a great pick for Jahmyr Gibbs. This guy over here, I'm telling you, the 12th spot, you can build a nice team. You can build a nice team with the 12th spot. Okay, Steve Jr. goes Saquon, AJ, Travis Etienne, and then his most recent pick was Lamar Jackson. I would have liked him, but I also have my eye on Burrow just in case. I don't know if Burrow's worth a pick in this 4th round, though. Just personally. I use a lot of my gut feeling with drafting players, but I also couple analytics with it. I'll check out some stats here and there. I'll check out, various metrics just to kind of paint maybe a little bit more of a clear picture for myself. But you don't want to just rely solely on those. You want to take people you want also. I mean, come on, guys. We're playing fantasy football at the end of the day. You want to have people on your team that you want to root for, that you also believe in, and maybe the analytics back it up at the same time. So there goes Burrow. So that is crazy. But it is what it is, I guess, huh? So after we were talking about Lamar Jackson being taken, Amari Cooper went, Deebo Samuel went, Joe Burrow went, then Chris Godwin went. So, okay, after Godwin, then went Jerry Jeudy. So Steve, one of the few teams he started double running back, has Bijan, JT, DK, and Jerry Jeudy. Let's see who we have left that we can take. I don't like any of these receivers. I'm going with Breece Hall. If he starts a little slow, that's okay. That's okay. I know Dalvin Cook is there, but I know Breece Hall is the future there. They might start him a little slow, but at the end of the day, the goal is to make the playoffs, go to the championship, and hopefully win it. And when that time comes, I'm assuming that's when Breece Hall is going to be let loose and be able to do his thing as much as he can. Obviously with Dalvin Cook there, but we needed to take a running back, in my opinion. I wanted someone good with upside. He may start a little slow, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, at this point, I really don't want to get stuck with a quarterback I'm not the most enamored with. I need one of these three, and I don't think they're going to make it to when I pick next. It's going to be a while. So I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. I think he's going to have a bounce back better year. Okay, so we took Herbert. And before us, TJ Hawkinson got taken, which doesn't really affect us at all because we already have our tight end. I like Hawkinson this year. That seems like pretty good value where he got him. The only question marks on this guy's team right now, or question mark, kind of might be Miles Sanders, just to see what he can do in Carolina. And then the only thing with Josh Jacobs is the whole reporting or not. But so far, our team, Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, Olave, Breece Hall, then Justin Herbert from the second spot overall right now. I'm pretty confident in our team. So after us, Drake London went. I'm not a fan of that. It's hard for me to trust Atlanta receivers right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just can't do it right now. Christian Watson goes next. So Blue Thunder has gone 4 receivers deep, with his only running back being Najee Harris. Crazy reach in the second round. But back to the point I made before, if you want someone, you want to have fun playing this, if you wanted Najee Harris, then just take him. I mean, You have to make a calculated risk, an educated decision. But at the end of the day, man, it's your team. It's your money if it's a buy-in. But yeah, they went 4 receivers deep and only a 2 receiver starting. I mean, 3 technically if you want to include flex. Kind of risky, but we'll see how they turn out. So after us, Drake London, then Christian Watson, which I'm coming around to this year. Coming around to him. Then Fields, then Mike Evans, then Alexander Madison, which I was hoping we could maybe snag on this back turn. But that's not going to happen clearly. Then Terry McLaurin, George Kittle, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett. Might be a little early, might not be a little early. He's very reliable and steady, so I can't hate that pick. Dobbins, I'm not touching his ass. Nope. I'm not touching him this year. He scares me. Seems like it's always something. I just can't do it. I like Jahmyr Gibbs, though, for his other pick. But back to the current draft process. Then they took Trevor Lawrence. Mike Williams goes. Darren Waller goes. Dameon Pierce goes. Christian Kirk, then Dallas Goedert. I like Goddard this year. But after Dallas Goedert, then Brandon Ayuk went. Cam Akers, who just got thrown out of a practice today by Sean McVay for fighting. So we'll see what happens there. Then Deshaun Watson. I feel like that might be who are the quarterbacks that have been taken so far? Obviously the big 3, then Burrow, then Jackson. So there's 5. I took Herbert, Fields. There's 6, 7. I mean, at that point, with how things are going, you might want to take them. So we need to look at who we have available. We are up. We already have 20 seconds left to go. I'm taking James Conner. I don't even need to think about that too much more, in my opinion. He's the clear number 1 in Arizona. All these other backfields might be getting muddied up a little bit. He's not as injury prone as people, tend to think he is. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. So after us, Michael Pittman went, Marquise Brown went. So we are back up again. At this point, we've kind of hit every position. That's not what I've been trying to do, but that's just kind of how it unfolded. We need to take the best available value here. And I think we have to go with Rachaad White right now because he is going to be the number 1 as well in Tampa Bay. And not only that, we probably will need someone to step in for Breece Hall, maybe for the first couple weeks or so. And I'm happy to start Rachaad White and James Conner. So that's fine. And then, when Breece Hall comes back, if he comes back, if that's even a thing that does happen, Rachaad White can either be a flex or just a bench piece or someone that I can trade if I feel the need to. Maybe bolster some other positions. But I'm liking how our team's looking. To be honest, in real life, if I were to leave with this team to start so far, I'd be feeling pretty decent. There's some picks I normally wouldn't make. Like I said, Olave. I kind of would rather have DK Metcalf, but I know that's kind of crazy to say. I would kind of rather have had Calvin Ridley. Yeah, so after we took Rachaad White, Jahan Dawson went. Picked him last year. He had a couple, boomer bust games. We'll see how he does this year. But then goes Javonte Williams. That's a steal. That's a steal of a pick right there. Because he is apparently a full go, or is about to be a full go. But we'll see how that truly goes. But then James Cook goes. George Pickens, who I am also coming around to this year. I feel like he could be a sneaky good pick. Flex, possible WR2 consideration. But after Pickens, Dak Prescott went. JSN, I'm not going to even try to say that. I've butchered it too many times. Tua, they like to call him turn the ball over, but I like Tua. There's nothing wrong with him. He just needs to hopefully not get as concussed as much. But then goes Tua, Daniel Jones, Kyle Pitts. What a fall from grace it's been for Kyle Pitts, though, right? Going back to last year when, he was drafted super early and just didn't really pay off, whether that's his fault, the scheme's fault. Maybe he can rebound. He's truly gifted. We need him to really show what he can do, though. But after Pitts, Kamara. And then David Montgomery goes. Gabe Davis. Then DeAndre Swift. Then Isaiah Pacheco. Brandon Cooks. Dalvin Cook. Jordan Addison. But after Addison went, Pat Freiermuth went. So this person may have been feeling the need to grab a tight end. They're like, oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not about to get caught fucked up on that. But after Patio went Antonio Gibson. Oh, Antonio. Remember that song? So after Antonio Gibson went, Treylon Burks went. So we should definitely look into a receiver here. We need some receiver depth. Where we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th round pick. I don't really like the decisions. This is why I wish I kind of would have hammered receiver a little bit more. I think at this point I'll just go Juju. See what he can do in New England. He's a bench piece at this point. You always want good depth, but I can't trust Courtland Sutton until I see it. I can trust Jerry Jeudy a little bit more because he actually was turning the hell up at the end of the year last year, starting to figure things out with Russell Wilson. But Courtland Sutton wasn't really doing much still, and whether that's his fault or just the schemes and how everything worked, I'm just not a fan right now. So after we picked, AJ Dillon went, and then Courtland Sutton, speak of the devil. So let's take the next best available receiver or running back here. And we have a decent amount of running backs, so I'm tempted to go with receiver again. Michael Thomas is staring at us in the face. I'm going to draft him at that point. I don't think you can go too wrong. But you actually can go wrong because I just really messed up taking Olave with Michael Thomas. In my opinion, I don't like that. I can flex him. I don't like that. That's a royal fuck up right there. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But we're going to keep it pushing. So after we took MT, Brian Robb, then David Njoku, Khalil Herbert. After Khalil, we see Quentin Johnson go, rookie for the Chargers, deep threat, good option, good, swing to take right there. Then we go P. Ryan, which I've seen people give other people shit about taking him in the 9th. Other people are fine with taking him in the 9th. That's going to be a personal call. You're taking him thinking he can be serviceable. Plus, you also take him thinking maybe Javonte really isn't where he needs to be. Maybe they do start slow. We'll see. But I can't hate on the pick. It's all right. I might do the same if I was in the position that they were in. They definitely needed. They may have not definitely needed, but I could see why they took him. But after P. Ryan, then we had Charbonnet go off the board. Then Rashad Penny from Philly. Has DeAndre Swift even gone off the board yet? I'm taking Swift before I take a Penny, if I'm taking anyone in that backfield. But then Elijah Moore goes, Jamal Williams, Rashad Bateman. But after Bateman went, then we had Jacoby Myers fly off the board. Decent little pick right there. Then McKinnon. I think that's a great pick. Right there, Jerick McKinnon, because maybe Isaiah Pacheco isn't all that. Maybe he is all that, but Jerick McKinnon still gets involved. He still scores. He still does what he needs to do in that offense. They still get him involved. Then goes Damian Harris. Then goes Miami's rookie running back, Devon. Then goes Thielen. But then goes Elijah Mitchell. And then after him, another injury possible issue, Kadarius Toney. I would love him to stay on the field. But then goes Sky Moore, Jeff Wilson, Devin Singletary. We are up. We can't waste any time. We have to get to picking somebody. Let's see who's available. Raheem can't take it. Where are we at? We're this far down, deep into the draft. I'm happy to take Tyler. That's a great handcuff just in case anything happens with Bijan. And even if he wasn't, even if there wasn't anything happen to Bijan, he was still a great player last year. I do not like these bye weeks, though, adding up all these week 11s. We'll touch on that in a second. I need to make another pick. But after we took Tyler, they took the Niners defense, and then they took the best kicker in Justin Tucker. So they reached 3-4 rounds early for those picks, in my opinion. But they guaranteed themselves, some of the top players at those positions. We need to just keep going for depth here. I'll go with Zay Flowers. Take a chance on him. I'll take a chance on Zay Flowers. At this point in the draft, you want to go for upside. You want to go for, if it's not upside, maybe insurance policy type of things for players that aren't on your team, but you'll be a direct beneficiary of if anything happens. Like I just kind of touched on earlier with the whole Bijan pick up here, and then I took Tyler. We'll see what happens with that. At worst, he's a stopgap. But after we took Zay Flowers, Dalton Schultz went. Man, that dude was killing it with Dallas last year. Raheem Mostert goes. Then Jalen Warren goes. Not bad. So after Warren, then we get Nico Collins. Man, this guy's fucking with people. Look at this. Look how many receivers he's taken. Holy crap, man. But he takes Nico Collins, then goes Rondell Moore, Tank Bigsby, who I wanted to take next if I could. Lazard, Cousins, Higbee, Boyd. I can't ever pronounce his name, but he does. It looks like Chimezi Metu, the guy that used to play for the Kings. Kenneth Gainwell, Zay Jones, Geno Smith, Roshan Johnson. That's a great pick right there. There's an upside pick. Rodgers, Dolchich, Jameson, Komet, and then Foreman. And we are up with our pick here. Just take best available depth. As much as I don't really want to take him, I'm going to take Zeke. He is a name people will trade for sometimes, so you have that going for you. He might get a lot of goal line touches in New England, so when you do need him to play, he might be pretty serviceable for you. I wouldn't want him as a actual, starting piece for me. So let's take a look at the draft board. So after we took Zeke, Kedre Miller goes, Darnell Mooney, and then we are up. I definitely want to take a receiver with my last pick here. I'm not taking Odell because I already have Zay Flowers, but he is another name that people might trade for. I'll go with DJ Chark. I think he's the number one in Carolina. I'm willing to take that chance. So up next, we just have the defensive position to worry about and the kicker. But after we took Chark, Odell went, Anthony Richardson went, Romeo Doubs, Chuba Hubbard, Gerald Everett, Harrison Butker, Cowboys defense, Jerome Ford, Michael Gallup. Pretty decent value for him back here. Dalton Kincaid. So this guy took... So he's throwing darts for tight end here at the end. Might work out for him with Kincaid. Then he takes the Bills defense, Eagles defense, Tyler Bass goes, CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes, and then we are just waiting on pick 1405. Okay, MVS. Then they go Patriots defense, Jets defense. So this is where everybody who hasn't taken a defense or a kicker start to load up. So we need to take a look at who's the best available for each of those positions. Coming down here, we got Young Ho Koo, and then we got these defensive options. I'm going with Young Ho. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Great leg, Dome Stadium. Might not score touchdowns all the time. Might need to go for some field goals here and there. We'll see. But I'm cool with Young Ho right there. I got a lot of week 11 buys. Like, that's something you need to pay attention to that. I need to pay attention to that. I know a lot of people harp on not really checking it out, but there's a lot of 11s coming up. This is all practice still, man. This is all practice. This is all advice. This is all, we're working through this together. But very last pick, we need to work on a defense here. So let's go and see what we can do. I'm torn between the Broncos and the Steelers. I'll probably go with the Steelers. So that's our team. We'll see what grade they give us. I don't know if I am in love with the team. It's not bad, though. It's okay. They gave me a B. But that's the team that we put together this year with the second overall pick. I feel like I could have done better on that, but this is all practice, and we're all here just to get better. I'm not perfect. None of us are. I don't claim to be perfect. But let me know what you guys thought of this team. Let me know if you think I truly messed up somewhere. Let me know if you think I made a good pick in certain spots. I'm curious for everyone's opinion, so let me know what you thought. And I appreciate you checking it out. This is Mystic Perp Sports. You have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you on the next video. Peace out.